Hey guys, this is the Bum Project, and today's video is going to be about a great investing opportunity, and what I'm talking about is investing in copper. And I first want to start off with the news that Canada will no longer be minting pennies, and their currency is now going to be rounded off to the nearest 5 cents. And to me, this is big news, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see this transition happen in the United States soon. And I did a video about this in the past, but I wanted to get a little bit more into detail. So in this video, I'm going to go over some facts, what type of copper to invest in, and how to invest in it. And starting with the facts, copper is one of the most useful metals on Earth today. It's used in almost every major industry in existence because of its properties as a highly efficient conductor of electricity. Copper is flexible, it's strong, it's resistant to corrosion, and sought after in industries such as housing, plumbing, electronics, wiring, and much more. So currently the demand for copper is at an all-time high because countries like China and India have been consuming a massive amount of this base metal. And as the global population continues to increase, so will the demand for housing, plumbing, electronics, and pretty much all the industries that I just mentioned that rely heavily on copper. So while the demand for copper is skyrocketing, the production of copper is becoming stagnant, and it's even beginning to decline in the recent years. And for the last few years, consumption has surpassed production, and copper stockpiles continue to shrink year after year. So to put this simply, with increased demand, decreased supply, and an inflationary trend that's pushing up the price of commodities, this can make for a very good investing opportunity today. And before I go into how to invest in copper, I first want to start off by talking about this quarter right here. This right here, this is a 1961 quarter, and the metal content in it is 90% silver and 10% copper, and this was readily available to everyone before the year 1964. So since then, as we all know, the price of all tangible goods rose to the point where now this quarter, which used to be worth 25 cents, is now worth $5.70. So to kind of put that into perspective, if you had a roll of quarters with the face value of $10 on it from before 1964, that same roll of quarters today would be worth over $228. And I think something similar is happening in today's world, which I'll get into in just one second here. So let's talk about investing in physical copper. There's a few ways to invest in copper, and the first way that I wanted to talk about was investing in copper pennies. So right here we have two different types of pennies. This one right here to the left, this was minted in 1978, and this one to the right was minted in 2004. Now, every penny minted before 1982 was made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, while every penny minted afterwards is made of 97.5% zinc and is coated with 2.5% copper. So this right here, the 1978 penny, if you go to coinflation.com, you could check its value at any time, but this today is worth 2.4 cents, which is 2.4 times the worth of its face value. And to me, this is one of the best possible ways to getting into investing in copper, because this is something that you could pick up right now, and it's going to allow you to double what you put in immediately in its metal content. And there's virtually no risk involved, and all it takes is just a little time and effort. And I really think that we do have a limited time where these pennies are still going to be in circulation, so if there's ever a good time to take advantage of the situation, it's now. And what you got to do to invest in these pennies is you're going to first have to go to a bank or a credit union and buy them in bulk. So you could pick them up in quantities of $25. So they got a box of 25, they got bags of 50. You could get $100 worth of pennies, and you got to take them home and sort them out. So to sort them out, there's a few ways you could do it. Of course, you could visually sort them out, and just find all the pennies made before 1982, put them on one side, find all the pennies made after, put them on another, but that could get cumbersome and it gets old really quick. Another way to do it, a little bit better, is it's called a ding test, and what you do is you take a penny and you find a wooden surface, a flat wooden surface like this, and you bounce the penny off it. So when you do that, a zinc penny and a copper penny, they make completely different sounds. And I know it's hard to hear in this video, but if you give it a shot, you'll be able to tell the difference, as the copper penny makes a higher pitch ring. It has a higher ring to it than the zinc one. Now, the option that I chose to go with was to invest in this Riedel machine, and I think I picked this up for about $500. And what this does is you could dump all your pennies right in the top right here, and it's going to sort them out in two piles right here. It's going to come out here, and you just got to get a bucket underneath, and it's going to make two separate piles of copper pennies and zinc pennies. So the good thing about this right here, this works very, very well. You know, I mean, it sorts out the pennies almost as fast as you dump it in, and once you're satisfied with your collection, I know you could turn these around. You could sell this on sites like eBay and get pretty close to what you paid for it. So I consider this to be a good investment. Another idea to invest in copper is to start hoarding rolls of nickels. So the thing about nickels is that nickels minted after 1946 they're composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel. And today the melt value of nickels is now worth slightly more than its face value. And what that means is that it costs more for the government to create these nickels than its actual purchasing power. So as the price of copper rises, this is going to make the creation of these nickels very unproductive for our government. So just based on that fact, it could be a good idea to start saving these rolls of nickels today, because anytime there's a situation where the metal content surpasses the monetary value of the coin, to me, I think that's a good investing opportunity. And although these guys are still readily available today, I think that's going to change in the near future, and we're most likely going to see a coin that's going to replace this, kind of like how it happened with the copper and zinc pennies right here. And another idea to invest in copper is to start buying bullion bars. So this right here, this is a 1 pound bullion bar. It's 99.9% copper, and I got this off eBay, and I believe you could find this on sites like Kitco and APMEX. Now, personally, I got this more for aesthetics, because as an investment, currently I don't think that this is such a great deal, only because the premiums are ridiculously high on these things. So that's most likely to change as the price of copper rises. The premiums are gonna come down, kind of like how it is with silver, I think, but you never know. So if you're getting started, if you're looking into investing in copper as an investment, then I would recommend starting off with pennies, nickels, or even accumulating free copper. And I don't have time to get into that in this video, but hopefully I can make a video in the near future about it. But anyway, as always, if you guys do have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below, and thank you guys for watching. We'll see you around.